Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. If you're a filmmaker, content creator, or storyteller, and you want to use your faith as a foundation on YouTube, where you came to the right place. Today we're going to be talking about how to use your spiritual journal to attract an audience on YouTube without feeling as though it is being forced, but that it is authentic and made just for you. Whether you want to inspire, teach, or entertain, your faith can be a powerful impact on your content. So grab a notebook and let's dive in. The first thing we're going to talk about is faith as your brand. Number one, your faith is your brand. A lot of people think faith-based is only about preaching and quoting a bunch of scripture, but that is not the case. Faith is a lifestyle, and your audience wants to know your journey on faith. What has it done for you? What doors have it opened? Have you seen changes in your own life? And can you relate to where they are based on what you have went through? Maybe you're a filmmaker and you're telling your stories through your films. Maybe you're creating motivational videos and there are storytellers within those videos that shows faith-based principles. Maybe you're documenting your own spiritual journal. Whatever it is, own it. People want to see things that are real. When they see you living your journey out, they'll be more inclined to tune into your channel and to subscribe to you based off of the faith principle that you are teaching. The question I have for you is, what's one way that your faith has created your creativity? Drop me a comment below and let me know. I would love to see it. Number two, the power of storytelling. Faith-based or not, people love a good story. People love a good story. So if you can storytell, they look for that. And your personal journey is the best and most powerful story to use. Think about it. Jesus uses parable throughout the Bible to grab the attentions of those that are around. People love a good story, and when they can get that story that relates to where they are, they will continue to navigate right back to your page because they're looking for something that touches where they are. It resonates with them. People love it. So when you're thinking about faith-based principle, think about the principles that relate to those that are around you. Things that people have told you before that relates to them. And you can use those as you move through YouTube. So how can you use storytelling in your content? Number one is share your experience and your struggles. People want to know that you have went through stuff and you came out. They want to know your ups and your downs. They don't want to always know. Every time I tell them right, they're telling me the good, but they're never telling me the bad. Did they ever have a bad day? They're looking for those. So those are things that you tell in your story. And by telling these, it gives people the mindset to know they're real, they're relatable. They have experienced the same thing I have experienced. No, you may not have experienced everything someone has experienced, but those things that touch them, that relate to them, is what keeps them from coming back to your page repeatedly over and over again. Help them see how faith has helped you overcome obstacles. We have all had challenges that we went through in life that if it was not for faith, we probably would not have overcame. So people want to know, how did faith get you where you are today? Those are the things that you have to share. Use testimonies of real life experiences. Use testimony of real life experience. Those are the examples that your audience is waiting to hear. We go to church, and what's the one thing he said? We are overcome by our testimony, or others are overcome by our testimonies. The reason is, and the churches knew that from years ago, that if someone gave up and gave, how God blessed them in a testimony. Someone in their audience maybe have been in the same position as the person who got up and testified. Well, guess what? That encouraged the person that was sitting at the seat that nobody knew anything about, that gave them the insight to say, you know something, if they did it and God did it for them, he'll do it for me. That's the purpose of testimony. Even when you are going through YouTube even now, There are businesses that will use testimonies. The testimony is to relate to their audience, to bring more people into their business. So testimonies, make sure you're putting your testimonies in what you are doing. Please do not think that you have to be professional in what you're doing. You don't. You just need to put out raw, honest, reliable content that people can resonate with. You do not have to be professional in this and that you are a guru in this. You're just giving them what is needed at that time, and your audience will appreciate it. So that was number 2, the power of storytelling. Number 3, using YouTube to spread your message. This is one of the best platforms to do it on. YouTube is giving you the opportunity to share your gift, to share your experience. So let's use YouTube to spread the message. Let's talk about strategies, because sometimes we don't know what strategies to use when we are using YouTube to spread the message or how we want to get certain things over. You want to attract an audience that aligns with the same faith-based driven content that you have. So here are some examples that you can use on YouTube for growth in that particular area. Number 1, be clear on your message. Use faith-centered words and titles in your description to grab the audience that you are targeting after. Not just in your title, but make sure that you are placing those same words in your hashtags. An example that I'll use: how faith changed my filmmaking journey. Number 2 is be consistent. Be consistent. I'm going to say that one more time. Be consistent. You have to show up. You may not show up every day, but you have to show up. I recommend you showing up at least 3 to 4 times a week, but you have to be consistent. The more that you are consistent, the more that particular audience trusts you, and they're going to constantly keep coming back. But you got to be consistent. Engage with your community. Reply to comments. Give them encouraging words. If they leave something, make sure you go back and you not only respond, but if you see that someone else needs just a little bit more attention, give them that. Give them the encouragement. If you feel as though something they post is down, push them. Let them know that, God is still going to answer their prayers. It may have seemed as though he wasn't, but he is. Make sure that you are giving them the encouragement that they need in this. Open it up for discussions. Make sure that you have it available that if they want to discuss anything, that they can reach out to you. Faith-based driven audience look for connection. So make sure you are connecting with your audience. Collaborate with like-minded creators. Collaborate with other faith-based creators that are doing it. You can even sometimes do cross videos that you bring another faith-based person in it and they talking as well. These are all things to help your audience, especially a faith-based driven audience. Number 4, monetizing with digital products. We can have the best of both worlds. Sometimes we don't think we can, but we can. Today or yesterday, I was talking to God and I was just saying, I really want to really push, because I feel as though if you looked at other videos, I said God has just pushed me more toward the faith-based side. But then I'm looking at, but God, I do all this on my digital side. And today he just gave it to me. You can do on both. I never said you couldn't. You can take your faith-based business and work it with digital products as well, because there are a lot of digital products that are faith-based. I created a digital product, Right Division. It was based off of scriptures. So because it was based off of scripture, it is still a product that can actually help and will help those that need it. It'll help those that don't need it, those that didn't think they needed, that need it. It is a product that will help. If you want to turn your passion into a business, digital product is the key. I have been preaching it for over a month now. I have seen, even on YouTube, Even when the algorithm will change to digital products, it goes back and forth. And I keep preaching and telling and sharing with others how digital products get you to being able to monetize before you get monetized on YouTube, but it opens up so many different doors of opportunities for you. So please keep that in mind. Some of the ideas for digital products have been the ebooks. You keep hearing me talking about ebooks. Ebooks is another strong digital product for faith-based driven organizations. It shares lessons from your faith journey and everything that you have been going through. Online courses is another digital product that you can sell. You can teach filmmaking. You can teach storytelling. You can teach faith-based entrepreneurship, how to get into it. All of these are a part of the courses part of digital products. Then you have the exclusive membership. Particular membership where is a faith-based membership where people join this membership. You're constantly giving them in words of encouragement. You're constantly giving them content. You're constantly giving them encouragement, but at the same time, it's with a group of a community that they're inside a community, and you're sharing a lot of things that you may not share on YouTube, that you may not share on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. This community provides this extra for them because they became a part of the community. Monetization isn't just about money. Let's keep that right there. You have to understand this is not just going to be about money. It's about creating sustainability so that you keep sharing your message over and over again. I really hope that is helping you. One of the big things is we want to share, we want to grow on YouTube. But have you decided on what niche that you're supposed to be a part of? Are you sharing in it? Are you growing in it? And if you are, how can you take that part now as a story to help them get further along in what they're trying to do, where they're trying to go? We keep praying to God for doors to be open, and God is opening the doors. Sometimes we don't go through the door He wants that He opens for us. We go through another door and we wonder why it's delayed. Is because we take a longer route when He's given us a direct route. So as you are on this journey, please understand, if your journey is to embark on faith-based, you can do this and still sell digital products along with it, because it's going to be one of those things that's going to help you and push you as you strive to either get in touch and share with that particular audience. So my friend, if you feel as though that you have been called to share your faith through filmmaking on YouTube or however, go for it. This is the push you needed. Go for it. Stop delaying the process and go for it. If you feel as though you've been called for it, you've been called for a reason. Somebody's waiting to hear you. Somebody's waiting to hear your testimony. Somebody's waiting to hear your journey. They've been waiting on it. It's the encouragement they need. It's the push they need. It's the drive that they need to move to go to their next level. So do not delay them. You need to do what you feel as though you're being called to. Please know, your story matters. Your story matters. No matter what you have heard in the past, your story matters. And because your story matters and people are waiting to hear your story, you have to share it. You need to share it. It's to help someone else. It's to help someone else. So let's keep this conversation going. Leave me a comment. If you have not already, hit that like button, share it, and subscribe to this channel for more enlightenment, faith-based driven ideas, topic, the word on this channel, even while I provide you with some information on digital products. So make sure that you subscribe if you have not subscribed, and share it. Share it to somebody else that you know that it will bless them that they have been delaying starting their faith-based driven YouTube channel because they just didn't know what to do and they're not too sure. Share this with them. Let me know, what kind of faith-based content would you like for me to share? Is there anything particular that you would like for me to talk about? Leave it in the comments. And also let me know, what's the one thing that's holding you back? What is the one thing that's holding you back from starting your journey? Leave it in the comments. If you found this information to be helpful, hit the button. Make sure to go ahead and like it, share it, and subscribe, and make sure you click on the notification button so you don't miss any other videos on faith, filmmaking, content creating, storytelling, as well as digital marketing. Let's stay connected. I'll see you on the next one. Stay inspired and keep creating. Lady T out.